Damn, Reese, you remember that like adorable little girl and Michael Biehn from fucking Aliens?
Oh,
yeah?
of course.
Yeah. So after watching Aliens, I was thinking like, yo, I wonder what kind of adventures them and Ellen Ripley are going to get up to.
Oh, I think they had a lot of potential, a lot of different directions they could have gone
No,
in.
exactly. I agree, and they fucking die.
What?
Gotta be fucking kidding.
Here's the first movie.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Peel that pig and slice him thick.
The body count is always bigger.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
And the fucking trees walked in those movies.
Hi, doggy.
What a story, Mark.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Life moves pretty fast.
If you want your sequel to become a franchise.
37 dicks.
In a row?
I'm your number one fan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Marathon Me. This is episode 3 of our Alien overview, and today we are looking at the very interesting film, the one that went through production hell to be on our screens today, and for us to talk about it. It is Alien 3, or as we like to call it, Alien Cubed.
Yeah, Alien Cubed is definitely how it's presented. Alien 3 I don't think exists.
Yeah, there are not 3 aliens in this movie, sadly. But
there's not.
Yeah.
There's not. So then that's why Alien... I don't really understand the play on the title with Alien Cubed, but it's okay. It's probably just a little bit too deep for us to figure it out.
Well, this is a pretty deep movie, Reese,
I was excited for this because I haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah, no, like, I watched this once when I was, like, really young, like, maybe 10 years ago. It would have been 10 years ago, like, when I was in primary school, and I remembered nothing about this movie. So going in, I was very keen on seeing what I would think of it, especially because, like, this is, like, a much maligned film in terms of, the Alien franchise. A lot of people hate this movie, even the director himself, David Fincher. Being this was his directorial debut, he basically disowned this movie because it was plagued with production issues and just script rewrites. Funny enough, actually, Reese, the script for this movie is actually compiled from 2 rejected scripts that were mixed together.
What? No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so with the whole movie being on a prison, and with the prisoners being, like, basically, like, celibate monks, religious monks and all that. Yeah, those were 2 different scripts. The prison and the monks, they were from 2 different scripts, and then they decided, hey, let's just mesh those together and let's just make an Alien film with those.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Well, going on from what you were saying with David Fincher disowning this, it was the first Alien director's cut that we have watched so far that didn't have an intro from the director.
That's literally my first note. I was like, bro, where is David Fincher's intro, man?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
You're too good for this, mate?
I think it would have been great having, like, a regretful intro from him being like, hey everyone, so here's the movie. There we go. See ya.
I think you'll enjoy. I don't know. Just go watch 7 instead.
Yeah, here's something I did, unfortunately, very, very many years ago, and well, it's fucked.
I had to do some unpleasant films before making it big. So here you go.
Yeah, and this was very exciting because it was a nice communal experience with the watching of this. It was the first one that we did watching in the new house where I'm living with 4 other roommates. And it was nice. We had Jacob and his girlfriend watching with us as well at the same time. Yeah. Had some chicken Nando's during it.
Delicious.
It was great.
Some nice sweet potato fries. Oh, so fucking good.
It was lovely, and we got to get their perspective. Mm-hmm. Jacob having seen the first half of the movie years ago, and Jay having just seen the first movie probably 10 plus years ago as well.
And then had also never seen Aliens, so like it basically just missing like a middle chunk of lore and story details, and then going into Alien 3.
And us explaining to her, so this little girl from the second one, she dies, and it's really upsetting, and it's like, who's that?
Just like,
is it her daughter? Well, no, not really,
no,
but
not really.
A little bit.
Surrogate daughter, you'd say. Yeah,
exactly. But without further ado, here's a bit of the trailer of Alien Cubed.
Was there an alien on board?
Yes.
There's definitely something in here with us.
we have no weapons of any kind?
Let's start.
It's here!
Man, this trailer makes the movie look great, I think. I love that.
It's like, I don't know, man. The music in that trailer really threw me off. It was like really like choir based, and it's like I like choir based music in trailers and movies to make it seem epic, but like for this, it just felt weird, I guess. And that's a way to describe this movie. It's weird, and not for all the good reasons.
Well, the weird, ill-fitting music definitely is consistent throughout all of this film.
Oh, definitely.
It's very odd. It's just the choice of music. It sounds like goofy at times.
Oh my goodness, yeah, dude. Some of the music choices are really bad.
Or like I think that inspired by like the religious sort of cultist aspect of the film. There's a lot of scenes with that playing where it's just not reminiscent of the Alien franchise at all.
It feels like it's plucked from a different franchise. It's just a different film and all that.
Yeah, completely. And that is definitely weird, but the way that it was presented in this trailer, I liked it.
Made it seem more cohesive than the actual film that we were given appears, you know?
And it's quite short trailer, so you might have heard, like, we might place in there the entire running time of that, the entire length of that trailer.
Oh, man.
And like, yeah, it actually looks quite good. Even the first shot of this trailer was like, oh, that's quite nice.
That is a cool shot, yeah, like just the eclipse, the planet, the eclipse planet and all that, the ship flying towards it. It's like, whoa, what's going on, you know?
Probably a reason why this trailer looks so nice is because not a lot of the alien is shown in it.
Exactly.
Not a lot of the alien cubed aliens. So we'll get more to this later because don't want to count our chickens before they hatch.
Exactly.
This alien, it definitely has its presence on this film.
Yes. Well, before we talk about like the alien's presence, as one would say, I think we should just at least just give our like basic thoughts on this film out of the way. I'm sure people are itching to know what we actually think of this movie, our opinions.
Okay.
Rhys, would you like to go first?
Yep, I'll kick it off.
Okay, let's go.
I honestly had a quite fun time. I didn't not enjoy any of it.
Yeah.
Even though that we watched the director's cut, which was like borderline 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I feel like it was paced fairly well.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed my time with it. I wasn't waiting for it to end at any point. I was a little bit tired, so I was like almost sort of around the beginning of the second act. I was dozing off a little bit.
Yeah, I can notice.
I don't think of any fault of the movie. I think just a fault of being really, really tired.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So I actually quite liked it.
Yeah.
But it is definitely odd and strange, and I think it feels like a comic book spin-off of the Alien franchise.
That's a fair assumption, honestly.
Maybe it's just like the completely contrasting setting.
Yeah.
And then like the strange diversion of the style, because definitely like Alien and Aliens definitely changes in style. But then this has another complete 180 change in style as well.
Yeah.
So because of that, I feel it's a bit weird. It sits unwell in your stomach, right?
That's a way I would put it for me, at least, because look, I'm going to be frank, I was really digging this movie for the first half. I was really digging it, and then at just some point during the halfway mark, it just really started to just dip down for me. I'm not going to lie. I think the second act kind of sucks, not going to lie.
Oh, no. Okay.
Maybe I can chalk that up to me being tired, or like, you know, us
Nandos.
The Nandos.
Eating the Nandos.
And, you know, like, maybe, you know,
the company.
The awful company.
Jesus.
Jay and Jacob, fuck y'all.
Oh my God, just ruining this movie.
They were lovely.
At the start, when they asked if they could watch it with us, I feel like a bit of a dick, because I was like, oh yeah, totally, but we've got to take it seriously and like not like make commentary during the whole thing because we needed to pay attention for the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't think they said really anything during it, but then we were cracking jokes the whole time.
Yeah, exactly, legitimately.
And I was like, oh no, we're doing exactly what we told them not to do.
We're bastards, man. We're awful people.
We're hypocrites.
They're talking,
we're total, complete hypocrites.
And they're totally talking shit about us upstairs, bro.
They are
I'll
right
tell
now.
you what.
Right now in their bedroom, they're like, Rhys and Kane are hypocrites.
Well, yes, we are. Fuck y'all.
And
what
you
do
know
you
what?
want? What are you going to do about it?
I'll own it. I'm here.
Good
I'm
boy.
taking accountability here on the podcast for all
Good
the
boy.
public to hear.
That's the way. That's what we like to hear.
Accountability is key.
No, but like I just to finish up with my basic thoughts and all that. Yeah, just the second half of the film, I frankly don't like, honestly. There's a couple neat things, but like it's the second half is just a blur of nothing to me, apart from obviously some unintentionally hilarious bits, some decent bits, some good acting from Sigourney Weaver. But apart from that, like, the film really tanks, man, for me. I'm gonna be quite honest, yeah.
Okay,
and it's really disappointing to see because I really like I said, I really liked the first half, and I was really excited to watch this. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I think that like I enjoyed this, but I don't think that it really worked that well.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. Like, the experience was great. I will agree with that. But the film as a whole, not that great in my opinion.
I think there are some good scenes.
Yeah,
there are
oh, definitely.
There are good moments, but it doesn't work. It doesn't hit the landing, and as like an alien movie, it's not that fantastic.
Yeah, definitely the weakest so far.
So let's. Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Duh.
That's like coming off the bat of like two iconic pieces of cinema.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty of going through the film.
Yes, we shall.
So we are welcomed and introduced to the planet Fury 161.
Yes.
Which is just Great Britain in winter. It's just this really industrial, drab, grey-looking planet.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like the first shot of, I love that like first shot of like the actual like inside of the planet. It looks like archival footage. Like when the escape pod crashes into the water, it looks like you're watching like, it almost looks like the like old archival footage of like when they would like nuke oceans and all that. When they when the Japanese were doing like nuke tests and all that. Or am I just thinking of fucking 2014 Godzilla? no, but they're like, obviously there is archival footage of like nuke tests and all that.
Yeah,
it reminds
I know
me
what
of
you're
that
talking
kind
about.
of shit. Yeah.
I think that it did this weird thing about like expressing the elements of this planet.
Yeah.
And like this weird black stuff these weird black dots that are blown
Just like
in the wind.
It just looked like film grain. Man.
It did. It looked like film grain, and it looked like in the imperfections in the film.
Yeah.
Like that it was worn out, and it's because like this is first CGI flaw that we're going to be talking about.
Oh yes.
Is that like. That was obviously CGI, these little black dots going across the screen.
Yeah.
And it feels just, it's on a completely separate layer to the reality that we're witnessing.
Yeah.
On
It doesn't
screen.
feel entirely natural to like the actual like shot itself. You know what I mean?
And because of that, that's why I feels like that it's on the film itself that it was shot on instead of in the frame.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really weird to see, and they kept on repeating that, and each time was so jarring.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, I mean, how many times did they repeat that? They only caught them doing it like twice in the film.
No, they do it a good few times.
Do they? I did not notice, honestly.
Maybe because it was during that second act where you were
one of the shots I noticed during the second act. I only noticed during like the opening of the film, and then one time during the second act.
No, they do it near the ending as well, definitely.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, when the Brotherhood of Steel members come
Oh,
in.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get to Paladin Dance and the gang later on, don't worry.
I love the concept of a prison planet, though.
Yeah,
I like exploring and expanding the world in these like sort of strange, odd concepts.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting.
But that's why it feels like a comic book spin-off. Because it's just so foreign and so much like, because it's so out there, that's why it feels like a side quest.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that's actually a neat way of putting it, honestly. Like, it's interesting to say less, and the whole like thing of all these prisoners being like embracing religion and have like a very like heavily religious kind of aspect in their lives. It was interesting to say at least. I honestly feel like it wasn't developed enough, though.
Completely.
Honestly.
It feels like they forgot about it for periods of time.
Yeah, like when they're all introduced, they're like, oh yeah, religion is a big part of us, and like, we're also, celibates and all that. We take this vow with great pride. But throughout the second half of the movie, they just kind of forget about it, you know?
I completely agree. It just feels like that for stretches of time, it feels like it's not mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's weird because it almost doesn't really interact with the main plot too much.
It honestly doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't contribute much to the plot apart from, like, that's a neat little character. It's just a character quirk, really, honestly.
Yep.
Or a world quirk, I guess you could say, in this aspect, you know?
The planet of this world is the
planet
prison,
of this world.
The planet of this world. the prison in this world is a cool concept, but then the whole prison just has this boring yellow tinge to it.
Oh, not gonna lie, like, I didn't mind it when we first get into the film, because, like, it's like, okay, this is interesting, but, like, dude, 2.5 hours of just looking at nothing but, like, just industrial factory interiors and just this ugly orange and brown color palette, I couldn't take it, man. Honestly,
yeah, it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. Like you made up a good point that, like, because of how, like, industrial it all looks, it reminded you of the film 1984.
Yeah,
and I agree with
definitely.
that. And, like, I love the movie 1984 on a visual aspect, on a visual and, like, set piece aspect, because the settings really added to the world building and all that, showing, like, how drab and depressing and just, like, broken everything is in this world. But with this, it's just like, it looks cool for a couple minutes, but, like, it's just boring fucking factory interiors. I don't care. It's not like, and also it just all looks the same.
Yes, yeah, completely.
Especially the fucking tunnels and all that, like the basement tunnels and all that in this movie. We spend a lot of time in that area, and my god, I got sick of it after a while, man.
It does all look the same, and my least favorite thing about this design of the prison is that all the characters in it just blend into the background.
Oh my god.
Like, you need to give your characters personality and character. They need to stand out from their environment.
It doesn't help that they're all... No, sorry, you go first.
All of them just feel like props to the environment.
Literally.
And that can work if you're trying to, like, increase the effectivity of an environment and make it feel more alive.
Yeah.
But it's such a dead environment.
Yeah, literally. And it also doesn't help that they're all dressed literally in the same color palette as their background.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And also doesn't help that most of these characters fucking suck.
Yeah,
they're literally
not
all
good.
just meat. They're all just meat puppets. They're all just there to die. Like, they all do you remember any of the characters' names?
No, only Clemens.
I remember Clemens, I remember Dylan, and I remember the superintendent. I don't remember his name, I just know him as the superintendent, the one with the funny, high-pitched British voice.
Oh, okay.
I remember him, but that's just because of his voice. But yeah, everyone... There was, like, a lot of side characters as well in this movie. There were a lot of victims, and they all sucked, man.
I thought that with like, this strange... With all of these characters being just, like... disposable, and just being kicked off one by one throughout the film. I think that this one felt like the most like a slasher movie than any other Alien so far.
Yeah,
because it just introduced very like surface level versions of these characters. Yeah, and like just enough for you to be like, okay, this is their one unique trait, and then they die.
Yeah, no, it's I don't want to see that, honestly. Like, I didn't come to the Alien movies for slasher fare, you know what I mean? Like, you know, especially after, like, how well-developed the characters in the first two films were, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, this is a real step down.
It's really, it just feels like that it's just going through the motions, and that... all of the deaths are really just...
Oh my god.
They're inconsequential.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it happens or not. It's just put in there so that the audience has a death to look at.
You know what's worse though? Is that, like, even if you have, like, surface level shitty characters, at least make the deaths good. All the deaths in this movie, I'm not gonna lie, really suck. I do not like any of the death scenes in this movie. I think they all are lame.
Oh, okay.
I will not lie. I can't think of a single death scene that made me go, oh my god, or wow, that was really great, or oh, I remember that. Because, like, a lot of them are so clumsily cut together, or
the editing.
shot. and like it's almost incomprehensible.
There's a bit of Bohemian Rhapsody editing going on here.
Oh yeah, nah, tell me about it.
But I thought that the death scenes were quite good. I thought that was one of its strengths, actually. I thought that there was.
I wish I could say the same, man. I wish I could see what you saw, because like, yeah, to me, a lot of them were also off screen, or they didn't show anything.
What? I was just about to say the opposite as well.
What?
I was going to say the opposite.
Oh, you're going to say the opposite?
Yeah, like let's run through some deaths that I've written down as cool deaths.
Okay.
So Clemens.
Okay, Clemens was fine. But I'm just bitter just because they killed off Charles Dance.
Like the one character that was good.
The one good new established character, yes, exactly.
So so his death, I think, very endearing, because you actually see the head pierce occurring, and you see it happen, where they haven't done that before, so that's something that's a little bit fresh.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I think the face rip-off, like one of the characters, their faces are ripped off by a xenomorph, and then his face sprays blood on his friend.
Yeah, yeah, that was alright, yeah.
I thought that was very, very cool. I was into that.
Yeah.
And there was, there's the fan, which is that's not a good one.
No, dude, the editing was awful with that scene, bro.
Yeah.
The blood spray was kind of cool, I guess, but like, I just, the editing ruined it for me, man.
It was, I think, maybe, what was weird about that is that it didn't really seem like there was an angle or hill that he was falling down. Then he just kept on falling on, like, straight, like, surface level ground.
He's just walking, but like wobbling as well. He's like, whoa, I'm gonna fall. Oh no.
It was weird. It was like a weird comical fall. So I think that I like the deaths in this one, honestly.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you did, at least. Yeah, because
I'm glad somebody enjoyed them.
I couldn't get behind most of them, honestly. They just didn't do anything for me, I'm not gonna lie.
I thought that they went all in on the violence here. Like,
yeah, you definitely feel a lot more of the brutality in this one, I will admit.
Yeah, it's brutal. I think this one's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal, but like, it just, I don't know, what's brutality when the kills are just all blend in together and just, for the most part, blend in together and just do nothing for me. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
There should have been, I think that they tried to inject a little bit of this whole, like, religious celibate sort of stuff in with, like, the one antagonist who, like, released the alien.
Yeah.
They injected that a little bit, that it was like that they saw the alien, or like they saw the xenomorph as almost like a religious figure.
Yeah. They saw it as like kind of like a god or like a devil.
Yeah, but they didn't really hone in on that.
No,
much.
They didn't, and that would have been cool to see.
And I think that would have been very cool.
Yeah,
like that's where they could have used this religious subtext so well. This religious element of the plot.
It could have been done so well, man. I really want to see like a film like this, but like really hone in on the religious aspect, because I think that shit could work. Like yeah, obviously, like look at like they can see the alien as like this devil figure, or like this god, this deity, but like they try to do it, but they just don't really commit to it. I feel
they don't,
which is really frustrating.
They definitely don't commit.
It's missed potential, honestly.
Yeah,
if maybe they focused on either just the prison aspect of the script or just the religious aspect of the script, I feel like we could have maybe gotten something really special.
It's like, I think this is something that I saw recently in another film as well, where it was just like balancing too many concepts.
Yeah.
I watched the movie Slaughterhouse Rules with The House the other day, and that is a movie that just tries to be way too much in one film, and for like a directorial debut as well, I'm quite sure. It felt very much like a straight out of film school. I'm gonna make my magnum opus right away, and people are gonna love this. And it felt like that they were trying to start a movement from this movie, where the Casey, who was one of my roommates, she looked up what this movie was about, and what she said is, this movie is basically Shaun of the Dead meets Harry Potter, which it tried to be Shaun of the Dead, it tried to be Harry Potter, it tried to be a bit of like what's it called? Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Really?
There's all these all these different concepts that it tried to be.
Yeah.
That just couldn't fit it all in.
It tried and it failed. Moral of the story is don't try.
There's this one scene that's like quite stylistically sound, which is introducing like the different houses on the campus.
Yeah.
and then the other houses don't come up again.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
It's just like actual Harry Potter. Wow, it really is like Harry Potter.
It sort of...
The movies, at least.
It comes up less than in the movies.
Oh, okay.
In the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
And that's something that it's like, you just didn't need to put that there. And then you could have given more screen time to the other thing. And it also tried to do a whole thing around like teen suicide as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was a kid that committed suicide on the campus. So then it was doing a bit of like, 13 Reasons Why stuff. Yeah, and then the main character's best friend, he tries to kill himself, and then it's just glossed over because then they have to turn into Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
And then there was an environmental aspect to it as well. That it's like,
really?
Yeah, it was just so many things in one movie. So then it couldn't really execute on any of them.
Damn, that sucks because I have that on my Netflix watch list and I was actually really keen on watching it. I still will probably watch it because I need to see all these just messages and all these like tones just meshed together in this unholy mix. I need to see this for myself.
It's a big stew. It's a stew of a movie.
I need to dip my wooden spoon into this stew and give it a try.
Dip my wooden spoon in that stew.
That
give
sounds
it a bit of a taste.
Very phallic. I just realized
it does definitely.
But
does.
you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I'm sticking with it. Don't
worry. so this does the same thing, I believe.
Yeah.
It could have spent more time dedicated towards like the religious cultist aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
With all the celibates, but instead, no.
We're just gonna do a very basic rundown on the religious zealots type shit in this prison and talk about the prison, and then also have it be a continuation of the previous Alien movie as well.
Yeah,
and have a story about Ellen Ripley dealing with the grief of losing Hicks and Newt and trying to survive yet another alien. Like, it's just trying to do too much.
I sort of forgot that Newt and Hicks had died around halfway through the movie.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't mind them I don't mind the idea of them dying in this movie. And I don't even mind that they die at the very beginning. I don't mind that, but I think the issue is that, one, they shouldn't have done it fucking technically off screen. Like, they do show, like, flashes of, like, the face hugger, like, getting to the cryotubes and bleeding and then starting the fire. That, like, then causes their cryotubes to fuck up and kill the two of them. But I need to see more of it, or at least get like one scene of like Newt and Hicks before they die, just so it has like more impact. Instead, you just get it's more play for shock value.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and speaking of shock value, my God, the autopsy scene with the Newt, that was fucked.
So Newt is not just killed; she's also slaughtered in this movie.
She is dismembered.
She's dismembered, disassembled
for medical purposes.
Yeah,
for medical purposes, because they need to do an autopsy to see if she had a chest burster in her. And then Charles Dance, bless his soul, his character Clemens, he's like, I don't think we should do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Yeah. I've never cut a kid open, so might as well go through with it.
And they show the kid's chest being ripped open.
Yeah, it's
graphic.
It's graphic. Like, yeah, they only show flashes of like the gore, but like that's enough just to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
this cute kid who was like, a little badass in the Aliens, they fucking cut her open.
Yeah,
it's like, oh great, yeah. Oh my God.
So this is then followed by a very interesting scene that I was thinking about quite a lot.
Yeah.
So Newt's burial, and it then also having like a parallel scene with the bull chest bursting.
Yes, the birth of the
birth of the alien that we see in this film.
Yes, life and death.
Yes, and I find it very interesting because I think both scenes are cool in their own merit, especially the Newt burial scene. I think is quite an emotional one.
No, it is.
But I believe it would have worked much better if split up.
Yeah,
I think that they don't work as parallels.
I see what they were trying to do. Like, obviously show like, life and death type meme. But
I think the burial scene loses its weight and should have been by itself. And then this bull chest bursting scene maybe be a parallel scene to something else. Like when maybe even the next scene, the following scene is Sigourney Weaver having a shower.
Yeah,
even if it was paralleled by that.
Yeah,
and it's like her in a vulnerable state and also being like, okay, I've just dealt with that and now I'm okay.
Yeah.
And her also being like, I'm relaxed and I'm all right. And then as she's like relaxed and in this vulnerable state is when it's like, oh God, it's happening again.
Dude, that
and she has no idea.
Fucking well.
Oh, I know, right?
Dude.
And that is me thinking of that just off the cuff.
Yeah,
Where like it just takes away the weight and the emotion from the burial. And then also I'm like, because I'm interested to see this bull chest bursting.
Yeah.
But then I'm also interested to get emotionally moved by the burial.
Yeah, it's kind of it's almost tonal whiplash in a way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You got like an emotional scene and like, great silent acting from Sigourney Weaver as well. Just how sad she looks, like just great acting on her part. But yeah, no, it's like I'm supposed to feel sad, but I'm also supposed to be like, whoa, like excited, but also like, I can't think of the word to describe it, but you know what I mean, like not excited, as in like,
Have like a morbid curiosity, right?
exactly,
like,
and yeah,
it's the morbid curiosity that, of course, all horror fans have this like appeal or intrigue into gore.
Yes.
So you want to see it, you want to see what happens, and that I feel shouldn't be. It's not a very compatible feeling with the emotion and the empathy for Ripley in that moment.
Yeah.
So that's annoying because it just took away from it.
Yeah, honestly. Can I just say one thing about the chest bursting scene? We're going to be talking about another deleted scene, Rhys. So watching this movie, I remember because I watched the original cut, and basically I remember the chest burster. I remember the alien coming out of a dog. In the original cut. Yeah, I remember, and it's all coming to me in my head now, is that there's a scene of like one of the prisoners interacting with his dog, and his dog's face is all fucked up because the face hugger was on him. And then I think during the cremation scene, the alien bursts out the dog's chest in a very graphic fashion, and like the dog is alive as well. Like the dog is basically like Kane in this situation. Instead of being a dead ox, it's a suffering dog.
That is fascinating. Yes.
I am certain 100% that is a real scene in the movie in like the original cut, and I don't know. I feel like. I don't know if they should have kept it in because I don't like seeing dogs in pain, but I feel like it makes more sense for how because the alien in this one acts like a rabid dog, honestly. The way it bears its teeth in this one, the way it moves, the way it looks, has the cadence of a rabid dog in this, to me at least.
You are very right.
And
there's one scene where it looks like that the alien is like dry humping one of the humans.
Exactly. You see? I'm glad you see my point.
I definitely do. And also, to fact check you, yes, you are completely right. It says here that in the theatrical cut it was a dog, but it was an ox in the assembly cut.
Oh. Yeah, no, honestly, I kind of wish because like it works with the theory that like the alien takes kind of the traits of its host. Like in the first one, it has a very humanoid cadence to it, and then this one is like almost that of a wild animal. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know how to explain aliens. Like, it's not like they impregnated rats or anything.
Yeah.
But like whatever. My theory's still somewhat sound. All right.
No, it makes sense. Like, the alien, the xenomorph in this feels a lot less calculated in its in it actually operating throughout the ship.
Yeah.
So I understand. Like, throughout the prison,
the first one had cat-like reflexes and also like a human-like stance. Then the second one was like they're like a horde. There's a horde of rats, like a Black Plague type rats, and then with this one, it's just a rabid dog, just like a rabid dog chasing cars. He wouldn't know what to do if he caught one.
an ox xenomorph would be quite cool. It ramming into things.
That would be cool. Like, dude, I'm built as fuck,
really
like buff. Oh,
really buff and having horns,
dude,
horns on its head.
I feel like there's definitely going to be horn xenomorphs in like extended lore and all that, in like comics and video games. No, they definitely. I know for a fact.
Poor Sigourney Weaver seems to have gotten pink eye just before filming the first act of this film.
Yeah, no, bro. Like, I mean, like, neat detail that shit. Like, like, she's been through some shit, but like, it's just, bro, it feels bad for the pink eye, man. Like, damn, man. We had a mate that got pink eye before he left for Darwin. Wasn't the same ever since.
Oh, I know.
We couldn't give him a hug before we said goodbye.
I know,
you
we couldn't.
We could not. It
How
sucked.
sad.
We had to social distance before social distancing was cool.
Yeah. Oh no.
But it is what it is. You know, we had to stay safe, guys.
Sorry. Before we get off of the Ox scene, though, I just remembered something very, very big about this film. So, with the cinematography, I reckon that the actual still framing of these shots is fine. Cannot complain.
Yeah.
But the motion of the camera, something odd is going on.
Yeah.
Something very, very strange.
No, I definitely agree.
And I first initially noticed this in the Ox scene, where there's like a slow zoom into, like a slow pull into the Ox as like it's sort of like having something moving inside it.
Yeah.
And it just pulls in way too fast and goes way too long.
Yeah.
Where it just zooms into the actual Ox's skin and then keeps on zooming in where it's just a black screen at that point.
Yeah, And
it's a really odd transition and it doesn't feel very natural. And that thing, I think the similar thing happens again when the cultist lets out the xenomorph after he's been trapped. They do a similar thing where it's just like slow down the pull, cut it earlier. You don't have to fill the screen with blackness for 5 seconds.
Which really sucks because, like, I really like, before that happened, I liked the shot of him, like, of showing it when he goes into the dark room and you just see his eyes illuminated by the orange lighting of the film. Like, I was like, oh, neat shot. I'm sure there's some meaning towards it. And then, then it's just like and then, like, the alien comes, black screen for 5 seconds, transition. This movie is really horribly put together. Like, I get that this is the assembly cut that we watched, so it may be a bit more clumsily edited together because, like, you know, there's some scenes that they got to try to put together to create a more cohesive experience, but it ironically sacrifices that cohesion in a way. Like, a lot of it just kind of feels incomprehensible in a little bit to me.
It is odd that, like, I think that I like some of this film feels really professional, and then a lot of the rest of this film feels just incompetent.
See, I'm very curious to see, like, what our thoughts would be if we watched the original cut. Like, would it be better? Would it be, because, like, apparently this is the better version to watch. I think, and, like, I'm kind of mid. I'm kind of mid on it. Like, it's I don't know, man. Maybe I might watch the original cut and maybe get back to you guys on that. I reckon.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah.
And, like, also, I think that it's something that I could watch because I didn't hate this movie.
Yeah.
So because of that, I could push myself through it.
I could try to. I don't think I'll ever.
You'll somehow get there.
I'll try my best. I'll fight that battle.
I think that when we posted the Alien post on Facebook, then a mate of mine from uni named Zane, his comment was Alien 3 completely underrated.
Well, a lot of people have come around to Alien 3, and that's why I was really excited to watch it, because, like, I wanted to see what, like, this newfound hype was about. You know what I mean?
I love exploring these less spoken about entries into franchises, and that's like those are the episodes that I'm most stoked about talking about. Yeah, like and that's going to be consistent, I believe, through the extreme thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he said here, Alien 3 is massively underrated in my opinion. Very decent watch. So, okay, okay, Zane.
I low-key disagree, but, you know, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I reckon that Zane is very particular about his, like, CGI as well, so I don't know what happened there, but
oh my god, do we want to talk about the CGI? What do you want to say, or do you want to wait a little bit?
I want to talk about Ripley a little bit.
Okay, we'll wait.
So, bold Ripley, I think suits.
She pulls it off greatly.
She pulls off the boldness.
She joins up the lines of cool badass bold women like Furiosa in Mad Max Fury Road. Just like actresses that really rock the bold look. Charlize Theron could pull it off. Sigourney Weaver can. I can't think of a third example, but I'm sure I can think of someone. Okay. But yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say Jada Pinkett Smith, but but, you know, maybe we shouldn't talk about her being bold.
Dude,
in case he hears us.
Shut up, man.
He'll hear us.
The Fresh Prince is coming.
Yeah, exactly. You just see very, very faintly in the background, just a story about my
That's your fucking
Oh no, the Fresh Prince song. Here's a little story.
No, it's him doing.
My world turned
It's him
upside
screaming
down.
at the Oscars, but the Fresh Prince theme song is playing in the background. That's he's like that episode of Family Guy
That's
with
his
Peter.
calling card. Oh my god, he's near. He's getting near.
Oh, you know how like Slender Man has like the thumping, the thumping bass boom. Yeah,
yes.
no.
That's his thing. That's his audio cue. He's coming.
Oh god, I'm scared, man. He's gonna beat us with his Oscar.
God,
his unfairly earned Oscar.
He totally would. He totally would beat us with that.
Damn, man. Fuck.
And Ripley gets laid in this. Good on you, Queen.
And she gets to fuck the Hand of the King as well, which was very cool. Very cool.
She does, and also the best side character in this film.
Yes,
Clemens. So
Clemens was really cool. You know, he had some decent personality in this. It also helps that he's played by an actor who I love in Game of Thrones, so that definitely helps.
if anyone is to have sex with Ripley in this series, I'm glad that it's him.
Yes. Apparently, a lot of people really ship her and Hicks in Hicks from Aliens.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, there was romantic chemistry in that. I didn't get that from Aliens.
No,
I got like a
didn't feel
decent I got like a decent like blooming friendship coming up, or like at least like a mutual respect for one another. But like no, I didn't see any romantic shit. Like no.
I feel like that Ripley doesn't really exude that much like I think that she's quite attractive.
Yeah.
But I think that she doesn't really exude that she's like a sexual being much. I don't know. That's just. But also, we're seeing her in very traumatic experiences where
not the
sex should probably be the last thing on her mind.
Not the time to be thinking about the giggities, you know.
Yeah, exactly,
Like,
exactly. So then, Clemens comes in there a little bit more into the film, and then his presence there is very short before he gets a hole punched in the head.
Yeah, he dies really early in this film.
He does, yeah.
I was surprised. I think it was like halfway through the film he dies, or maybe almost halfway.
I think before halfway, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, when Clemens dies, I think that's when the film started slowly dropping off for me. Because you get rid of the one decent side character that you had, and then, like, everyone else is just kind of lame and just boring. I don't care about... I mean, Dylan was okay, but, like...
I liked Dylan.
He had a cool speech. He had a cool speech during the third act.
I mainly... I recognized this man, and I feel like that I've seen him many times, but I think that the only thing that I could recollect seeing him from was My Name is Earl.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And what he is mainly known for in the episode that he's in is having a badass speech. A speech about how you can't go back once you leave the cleaners at the back of the retail store and you go to become a salesman. An episode that I wish to watch now because I actually have relevance by working in sales in a retail shop.
Oh, true, mate.
So I think I'm due for a My Name is Earl rewatch.
You reckon?
I think I'm changed enough.
I thought I was due, but like I think it's still too early for me. It's only been 2 years since I've watched My Name is Earl. I think I need to give it more time.
Has 2 years already passed since you watched it?
Basically, well, almost, yeah. Since I think you bought me the box set in like maybe like June, July, August, like it roughly ran about like late winter to early spring, I reckon, 2020.
That is so odd. That is very
I know,
weird.
it's crazy. So like I think it's still a bit too early for me to rewatch it. That's why I'm doing How I Met Your Mother right now.
Okay, yeah. I think that there's a couple other things probably to watch then.
Well, I got Community as well, which I gotta hop on.
Yeah, I know. From last episode.
Oh yeah, nice callback.
So, the maternal queen, Ripley, is also becoming a parent in this one. Woo!
I know. I mean, she had a surrogate daughter in the previous, but now...
And now a real biological one.
She's got a little bun in the oven.
Yeah,
cute.
how adorable. Bad news is, it's an alien queen.
Yeah, and it's gonna fucking kill her when it comes out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you hate it when that happens, man.
Kids are the worst, am I right?
Oh, dude, they're just a real pain in the bum, I'll tell you.
Suck your life and soul. Eat you out of home and house.
Oh, she's raising a little heartbreaker, man. I'll tell you what.
Oh, exactly.
Oh.
Man, gonna really be a big rebel.
You know, Sigourney Weaver only came back to Alien 3 because she requested for Ellen Ripley to die.
Oh, really?
I don't think she wanted to do any more of those movies, or she just was not interested in doing any more, and then only came back only if they would kill her off.
Damn. Then what? Like Resurrection has her in it, right?
Yeah, I think just I don't know, they offered her probably
Money.
a fuck ton of money. Yeah, it's always fucking money.
It's always got to be the money.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
man. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's fair.
Yeah, we'll discuss that when we get to Resurrection.
So we start at this point when she realizes that she's pregnant. That's when Ripley's like, okay, I'm going full on offensive mode now.
Yeah.
No more defensive mode. We've got to kill this alien and then get this thing out of me.
She literally has nothing. Well, no, she honestly like just is willing to die. Like, she's willing to die. But like, yeah, she literally at this point has nothing to lose. The only thing that's keeping her from literally killing herself at that point is the good of the rest of the world, the rest of the universe, because she knows that the Weyland-Yutani Corp is coming to collect this alien to test it and like use it for bioweapon research, and she knows that if they take the alien and then they harvest the alien queen out of her, then the world's fucked. So she's like, okay, I want to die, but I've got to save the world this time.
And she has this power to do it because the xenomorphs can tell that she's pregnant.
It's very
they've got that sixth sense that it's like, yeah, you're carrying a baby.
It's like, yeah, you're alright, man, don't worry.
Yeah, you're one of us. It's cool.
Yeah.
So which is introduced in quite a nice way, a very, I think, impactful, suspenseful way.
Yes.
Which is when just after Clemens dies, the xenomorph just puts its face right in Ripley's face.
Like, best shot in the movie, man.
Yeah, best shot in the movie.
Iconic.
And just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Gives a bit of a growl and then continues on.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, fuck this.
And that's when Ripley's like, something is up.
Yeah.
She's like, I could have been his lunch, and I wasn't. And it's like, it's a bit of a lame line. But that's when she gets herself tested and gets an alien monogram. An alien ultrasound.
Yes,
That's it. That's it.
Beautiful.
Monogram. That's something totally different.
I think monogram is, I don't know. I can't even think of it.
It's something.
Yeah.
Anyway, gets an alien ultrasound, and then that's when shit hits the fan.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly bring up that just a little quick thing is that it's nice that they brought back Bishop for a quick cameo in this one. He's like discarded corpse, just to like let Ripley know that yes, there was an alien on board, getting that full confirmation. And I think that the animatronic that they used for the fucked up Bishop looks really incredible.
It was quite good. It was better than like when the dead AI came to life in the first one, and the weird cut that was like very obviously someone poking their head through like a piece of cardboard.
When Ash is like covered in milk and he's like talking,
Yes.
he's like perfect organism.
Yes,
No, I do agree that is a bit of a goofy shot, but I kind of like it because it also kind of feels a bit ominous. In that, I think I might have mentioned it in like the first episode of Alien.
It's got charm.
I like
Still got
that shot,
charm.
but I think the Bishop, the half dead Bishop, is really cool. And then he has like, and then he's like, just shut me down. I'd rather be shut down than be irrelevant, because like he knows that there's gonna be newer models and all that, and he's just deemed irrelevant. So he's like, no, fuck this shit, just unplug me, bro.
It's a nice. It's also a nice reminder that it's like Bishop, good character.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very good character.
Yeah.
And a very lovely cyborg to have around,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no problemo.
Milky and everything, still worth it.
Delicious.
Yeah. and so this is where like the sort of maze trap is sort of happening, right near the end of the movie, where we're seeing a lot more of the alien now.
Yes.
A lot more, and
too much more.
Yes. And so they've sort of thrown the whole practical effect alien out the window for some reason, and instead we're getting CGI Xeno.
Yeah, we're getting PS3 quality Xeno.
Man, early PS2 Xeno.
Oh my
awful.
God. Yeah, it is laughably bad. Like, look, to be fair, this was 92, so they still really didn't have like a proper footing of CGI. This is like a bit before Jurassic Park came out. But like, I don't know, man. It's no excuse. Like, either just do. When two films that are older than your film have moving aliens, mobile aliens, and they look seamless, and then you come up with this shit in a more advanced age in the year 1992. Like, bro, do better. You know what I mean? Which is funny because like the animatronic practical alien shots in this movie, they're not bad. They look fine.
And especially too when like in Aliens, there's heaps and heaps of aliens there, and they're still practical. Or if it's CGI, it's not noticeable CGI.
Yeah.
And this is what baffles me about the shit visual elements in this is that. Remember that the first Alien is 11 million.
Yeah.
Second Alien, 18.5 million.
Yeah.
Third Alien, $50
Are you
million.
fucking kidding me?
50 million. So it had more than double,
Jesus
almost
Christ.
triple the amount of aliens, and it looks so much worse.
That is ridiculous, man. Like, honestly, we really shouldn't be surprised about big budget movies looking like shit. You know, you got movies coming out these days that like have huge budgets and look like shit. You know what I mean in terms of the effects. Like,
Yep.
You got Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut. You got Morbius, which I haven't seen, but some of those effects look god awful in that. You've even got like bits in Spider-Man No Way Home that look like that look like crap. Like,
yeah, definitely.
a lot of like
So
it's
money isn't
ridiculous.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like money can't buy all the effects, man. I'll tell you that much.
The first appearance of this... So let's go through this maze trap scene.
Okay.
So the first appearance of the alien, I think, looks like a PS2 loading screen GIF humping the guy.
Oh my god,
that
yeah.
it's attacking. Bizarre. And
It's hilarious.
And then like... What's so odd is that in a lot of these shots of the CGI Xeno, it has a very clear outline around it.
Yeah.
Like a black... This one has a black outline around it. Like that, it is a 2D image.
Oh my god, yeah, it looked terrible. Like when you pointed it out, I couldn't unsee it, man. And then I'm just like, oh my fucking god.
And then in other shots, that outline will be green, and then in other shots, it'll be yellow. I
didn't see no yellow outline. I saw the green though.
There was a yellow outline.
Well,
definitely.
I guess I'll have to rewatch it.
Oh, and it was not good.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the Xenos would just be green. Yeah. They just have this green tinge to it.
Oh my god.
So just looks so out of this world and out of like not in the same layer of depth as anything else in the shot. So gross.
Do you remember in our Aliens episode when I talked about how when initially going into that movie, I was afraid that like they would take away from the horror of the xenomorphs, like they would make them not scary with like how many there were in that film.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's only one Xeno in this, but they did it. They made the Xeno not scary in this.
Yeah.
Like there's like whenever it's practical. It's fine. I'm like, oh yeah, this shit's supposed to be scary. Okay, good, keep going with this. And then every time it goes back to CG, I'm like, okay, no, now I'm laughing or I'm angry.
Yeah,
like I can't. Like, just pick a fucking side and commit to it.
And it would like when it would run, it would almost like jump up for certain frames and not be connected to the ground. Just like really obvious bits like that. First time that I think that it was CGI was in the fire scene.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was almost like that it was above the fire.
Oh my god.
That was like in closer to the foreground.
It's not on the same layer.
It's not on the same layer, which is a terrible thing, like outcome for CGI. So freaking upsetting.
Oh my god,
But at least laughable. This entire scene was just laughable.
It drags on for so long though. The whole maze trap thing drags on, I reckon, for quite a bit.
Do you want to talk about the Sam Raimi?
Yes, let's talk about the Evil Dead ripoff. Yeah. So during several shots of this movie, during several scenes of this movie, when like prisoners are getting chased, they do chase scenes from the alien's POV, very reminiscent to Evil Dead. Like, how would you describe that kind of shot?
It's a very flowy POV shot.
Yeah,
that is like it does, the motion of that is like a ghost.
Yeah,
like it's swaying back and forth. It's not like. When you do a POV of like a biological thing, you almost have to have like the motion of footsteps as well.
Yeah.
but this was a constant, very smooth flow, like you would see in Evil Dead 2.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
insane.
which suggests an entity that is like otherworldly and demonic and ghostly.
Ooh, it's a ghost. It's the ghost of Newt. Oh my god!
It was like that the freaking Xeno was floating towards it.
God,
and
it
then it
was
would do like
awful.
weird sort of things, like going upside down and around the walls.
Yeah, like
and do loops.
Maybe if we saw the xenomorph actually doing that, like crawling on the walls and on the roof and all that, that would be kind of cool. That'd be scary. But then again, they'd probably be all CG and it would look like shit.
And they did that shot so many times.
Oh my, yeah, I only thought it was like maybe done once or twice. They do it like maybe 5 times, and it's just like, okay, we get it. Stop doing this, please.
They did it so much.
Oh, it was awful. I hated it, man. But it was kind of funny as well.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was funny to clown on, I will admit.
I had a lot of fun during this scene just because of how ridiculous it all was.
Yeah, nah, same. The whole sequence drags on for me just because, like, oh no, characters I don't care about are getting killed. I don't know what's going on and I kind of don't care anymore. But it was also very funny as well.
And you know the worst bit about this maze scene?
What?
Is that I liked their plan. I thought it was a cool, interesting plan that could have had a lot of creative potential.
Yeah.
And then just was a laughing stock.
Oh my god, yeah. But you know what? It still makes it memorable at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons, but it's still memorable.
And what's also bizarre about it is that because they do use the practical effect Xeno and just randomly for a couple of shots in this,
yeah.
I would forget at times that there's only one Xeno.
Yeah,
because
honestly.
they would look completely different. Like the
Yeah.
green tinged one, the yellow glowing one, and the practical one all look like different entities.
Dude, that's the 3 aliens, bro, for Alien 3.
Oh my god, that's
cracked
Alien
it.
Cubed. I think it is because, like, Alien Cubed has to do with, like, a third dimension.
Yeah.
And it really was existing in a separate dimension.
Oh my god, David Fincher, you are a genius.
It was all intentional. Maybe it looked like that in real life, and that's why it was so terrifying.
Oh my goodness. I can't... Oh god, why am I yawning?
Yeah, well, maybe because it's 11:30 and we're quite
Yeah,
tired.
true.
You've had a big day of work.
Exactly.
I'm still exhausted from the process of moving and even just like the getting used to living here.
Yeah, fair.
So if make sure to keep up to date on our social media so that you can see photos from the new set.
Oh hell yes.
Gonna have a themed lighting every time a new episode comes out.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird that we have
for this one. We should have had a grey sort of light.
Well,
for
we should have had orange, bro. For,
exactly.
The hideous orange color palette.
Exactly.
Of this movie.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's just a nice. I do love a film with the Agent Orange that's smeared on the lens. I love that shit.
That's all that we need for this film.
Oh hell yeah,
just
man!
so consistently orange the whole time.
Yes. You know what I think about the whole CG practical alien hybrid is that I feel like maybe in the original cut, maybe those CGI shots weren't there. Maybe the CGI shots were added in to the assembly cut, maybe. That's what I think. Now, this one, I do not know if I'm correct or not, so I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. I'm just taking an educated guess, but I feel like a lot of those CGI shots were added in, like, after the fact. Oh, wow, that is just weird, bro.
There we go.
Now
Now
this is very weird. Just because, like, I've been so used to seeing a pink light this whole time,
and now we're in an orangey room.
We're in how America perceives Mexico.
Yeah, now we're in Mexico. We're in Mexico lighting.
We are. Hell yes.
It feels strange. I like this though, that we can completely change the mood just depending on the light.
Oh hell yeah.
Feels a lot warmer now as well.
Fuck! I forgot to ask Jacob for the light bulb. Shit.
Oh no! Yeah, you don't want to knock on that door.
Oh no!
I heard some terrifying things coming from that last night.
Yeah, I'll be good. I mean, yeah, it's all right.
There's another time you'll be over here.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Unless this is the last podcast you ever record.
Oh my god! Yeah, Reese and I just have a huge falling out. I'm not allowed at the house anymore. Oh,
yeah,
no.
exactly. He destroys the place.
Oh well.
It's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? Me destroy the place or our falling out? Are you hoping for a falling out, Reese?
No, definitely
not. Are you praying for it?
No, this is the only thing I have, Kane.
It's all I have, Reese.
It's all I
Please
have.
don't take this away from me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you stop, I don't know who else I can go on with. So that was really, really annoying. There was a lot of potential there, and then it just sucked.
Yeah.
So after this, they do kill the Xeno, which that's good.
Yeah.
They cover it in molten lead.
Yeah.
Which somehow doesn't kill it.
Yeah, it doesn't melt. It it's stupid. Honestly,
it's very strange. If fire terrifies it, but then molten lead doesn't even really affect it at all.
This one's just built different, bro. This one came out of an ox, so it's got thick skin, bro.
Yes, yeah, must have thicker skin. Yeah, even anything biological in like 3,000 degree molten lead should just die.
Not the xenomorph. Nah, he's cool. He's all good.
Xenomorph is different.
Yeah. Oh
Even
God.
just on your insides and all that. I don't know. Well, actually, when you think about it, for it to keep its acid blood, can cut through. Well, it can like burn through metal.
Yeah, but not through its skin or exoskeleton.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't burn through its veins or skin or anything. So maybe that's the case.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I was right. It do be built different.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my goodness.
But then water. Water is the thing that pushes it over the edge.
Yeah, is that like an actual scientific thing? Like, is that like an actual chemical reaction where like you put molten steel on it, and then it combusts? Is that a thing?
To try and reminisce about year 11 chemistry, it wouldn't be a chemical reaction; it would be a physical reaction.
Oh, a physical.
Yes.
Sorry guys, I dropped science in year 10, so a Walter White I will not be.
I think it's like some sort of tempering of like, something extremely hot being covered in water and then cooled down so quickly is like shocking for the molecules, and then they just go bizarre.
Okay, that makes sense.
And in this case, it just exploded the Xeno.
Hey, well, at least we didn't get another Xeno getting sucked into space, so that was it.
I know, right? There was a different way for the end Xeno to be dispatched.
Still no decapitation, but
we'll see a decapitation.
We'll get one.
Yeah.
This one just died the way Jason did, and Jason Goes to Hell by just getting exploded.
Yeah, explosions everywhere.
Yeah, God bless.
And then we have the Brotherhood of Steel come.
Yes,
and then the real Bishop, like the person who created the robots.
Yeah, good old Lance Hendrickson himself.
Yeah, comes in, and then tries to convince Ripley that we'll take it out of you and we'll save you and we'll kill the alien.
He's trying to be all honest, yet like he keeps giving him like very just sinister glares the whole time, just not being subtle about it. It's like, bro, are you even trying to convince her?
And then like his bodyguards will shoot her friends and shit like that.
Oh my
and it's like,
God.
She's not going to trust you, man, if you're there shooting her friends in the knee.
Even his hand gestures when he's like, we're going to take it out of you. He curls his hands one finger at a time. He's like, we'll take it out of you.
Yeah, it's not a welcoming thing. When he has something to do with like getting something out of your body, not very warm.
Even the way Lance Hendrickson is acting as like this character, completely different from Bishop, because like Bishop was very like quiet, unassuming, like very friendly,
very humble.
Yeah, very humble guy. And then this one is just like very just slimy and creepy, bro.
Very slimy, big old slime ball.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, props to Lance Hendrickson for like, great portrayals of two completely different characters' personalities. But like, bro, you ain't even trying to convince this woman, man. What are you doing?
But it's okay because Ripley gets out of it.
Ripley kills herself
through the only way that one can. Jumping into freaking like what was that like one of the engines or something?
I have no idea.
It looked like lava.
Yeah, she jumped into the pit of Mount Doom.
Yes, it looked like it.
Yeah, literally.
She just sort of falls backwards very gracefully into another very poorly CGI fall.
Oh, that looked terrible.
Did not look good.
You know what's funny about that whole suicide scene is that they cut out a shot in this one that we watched. They cut out a shot of the alien queen actually bursting out of her chest, and then she grabs it as they fall in together.
What?
Yeah, you don't know?
No.
Oh, dude, I've seen this shot so many fucking times. How do you not know this?
I have not seen this.
I literally commented to myself. I was like, wait, what? I thought that wasn't going to be in the movie. Yeah, no, it's not. It wasn't there. And I'm like, oh, well, that's weird because like I'm so used to seeing that Ellen Ripley's final scene with that chest bursting.
Man, it is going in my watch list right now.
All right, good boy.
Ripley's sacrifice, and I'm assuming that the most mainstream one will be the theatrical one.
It should be, yeah. I don't see why not. I mean, that's like whenever I see like Alien 3 reference on Watch Mojo, you'll always see that clip. So that's cool.
Of course.
Yeah, God bless. Shout out Watch Mojo. Can't wait to see us in the top 10 podcasts of all time.
Top 10 Aussie podcasts.
Top 10 podcasts worldwide.
Number
1, Marathon Me.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll give it 3 more episodes.
Hell yeah.
Until we get to Alien Covenant, and then we'll be there.
Woo! Hell yeah,
yes.
man! Let's go.
So she takes the only way out, and I think that it was like one of the, because you see like these weird sort of flame like things from the engines coming out at the end. I think it's one of those. Yeah, I think that's what she jumps into.
Yeah,
but anyway, Ridley's dead. Our favorite character.
Yeah,
down.
She dies. She sacrifices herself. I think it's a fine sacrifice.
Yeah, in her own. She puts her own fate in her own hands.
Exactly. I wish it was done in a better movie, but it was fine. Yeah, like, I'm not upset about it. Like, I'm not like, oh, it's so shit the way she died. She could have died so much better. I mean, like, if she was in a better written movie, I would honestly be moved to tears, honestly. But, if there
was better build up to it.
That too, exactly.
Yeah, like, it just... Yeah, there was no part in this that got me very emotionally involved, which is a bit strange because a child that you know gets killed, and then the protagonist that you have gotten to know over the last 3 films and gotten to really like also dies.
She's basically been marked for death even before she dies with the whole like alien queen.
Yeah, she dies and also is like it gets this ability and opportunity to be super empowered by this death scene. So But then you just feel like, okay, movie's done.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, well.
Okay, let's go record the podcast now, sweet.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, well, she died, that sucks, but like, life goes on kind of thing.
Yeah, life goes on, podcasts get recorded.
Exactly.
And boys get to go to bed. So... I think that are you happy to leave it off as that at that?
Yes, I reckon so.
I think so. We did good summaries of what we think of this film anyway.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much, lovely people. Next time that Kane and I will meet, we will watch the rest of the Alien films. That's what I have in mind for us anyway.
Very keen
We'll marathon all the rest in one go and then get out as many podcasts as we can. Get a backlog going so that there's no more hiatuses.
I know you guys are miserable, have been miserable this week. You guys are going to wake up Saturday. You guys woke up last Saturday and were like, where's the podcast? Where's the Aliens podcast? I need my fucking fix, man. And don't worry, guys. We're going to deliver. We're going to make a backlog, like Rhys said, and you guys are going to get what you deserve.
We will, because a week without Marathon Me is barely even a week at all.
Exactly.
Goodbye, lovely people. Have a beautiful one. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page at Marathon Me Official, all one word, and our Instagram, marathonme_official, to keep up to date on the podcast. And hey, if you want to get into contact with us, email us at marathonmepodc, yes, the letter C, @gmail.com. Like a podcast without the ask.